Okay, I think I was muted. Good thing I noticed. Let me know if you can hear me so I can do my intro again first of all. I think you guys can hear me, but I'm just gonna wait for a thumbs up. Okay, maybe I'm not on yet. What is going on tonight? I think it should be good, but yeah, I think I'm good. It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A. As I was saying, I was supposed to start this like 15 minutes ago, so I'm a little bit late. And obviously I screwed up the intro because I was muted. Anyway, Giuseppe's already on the chat. How long has this been going? Am I late? No, you're early. I was late. Glad to have you. Hopefully others will be able to join as well, and we can get this started. Let me know if there's any stream issues. I still don't know if you guys can hear me, but I think the audio should be good now. Okay, let me just tweak the setting to make sure everything is good. Yeah, I think we're good. Just gonna move the camera back a little bit. It's too close. Okay, we're gonna be waiting for more folks to join here, and hopefully some questions will come in the next minute or two. Something is definitely up with YouTube tonight. The stream doesn't look right. I don't know if we're live, but I think we are. I think we're good. Just looks like everything's frozen for me. Double check something. Okay, I think everything is good now, but let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, Giuseppe's back. Can you hear me, Giuseppe? Because I was muted first. And then my stream just shut down, as far as I could see. I think we're good. Giuseppe with a question. Who's more powerful, CRM or Commonwealth? At this point, it appears that Commonwealth is not military advanced, or at least not as much as CRM, and they don't have the numbers. So at this point, I would say CRM is probably more advanced than Commonwealth. That's not to say that if they go to war, it'll be an easy war. And the reason for that is they've definitely set up a lot of people from inside the CRM who could possibly help survivors take down the CRM. And that's not just Rick. I'm talking about more than just Rick. We obviously have Rick, we have Jadis, we have Isabel, we have Huck possibly. So there's a lot of, like, in the different franchises that we've seen, they definitely have set up a lot of people who will possibly be inside men or women from the or inside of the CRM that can help the survivors. So at this point, Commonwealth is not as advanced, so CRM is more powerful, but the thing that's going to make the difference is the people inside that can help. Giuseppe, who's the worst villain? Pope. Definitely Pope. Like, there's no question about it. At this point, it's Pope. Before Pope, it was probably, I would say, what was it, Dawn from the hospital group? But then, now it's most definitely Pope. What damage has Pope done, or the Reapers and Pope done? Not a lot. And by damage, I mean considering the villains that we've seen. Who has Pope and the Reapers killed? Just red shirts. No one important. Epic Zombie Killer. Q&A, hey Ash, do you have any hope that Fear Season 7 will be good? I think it'll be the same as Season 6. I think the best we can hope for is that they could keep the same quality as Season 6. That doesn't mean that it's a good season, but it's just it's good enough for us to watch, which is not something I can say about World Beyond, because the first 2 episodes of Season 2 have been trash. Like, I usually don't use harsh words like that, but it's been trash. And I don't know if I want to continue watching live episodes. I'll watch the next one and then I'll decide. But I might just stop watching World Beyond altogether and wait and binge watch it or something. Mario, what's up, Ash? Glad you could join, Mario. Epic Zombie Killer, hey Ash, so far, how did you feel about Walking Dead Season 11 first half? I think season 10 has been better than Season 11, like first half even. So, again, not that it's bad, but it's so far behind what we should see at this point with the last season. But again, it's not terrible. It's just it's not a great season. Like I said, first half of season 10's been better than first half of season 11. First half of season 10 has been better than the bonus episodes of season 11 or season first half of season 11 has been better than the bonus episodes of season 10, but compared to season 9, no, it's not up to that standard at this point. Leonardo Espinoza, do you think a main character from Walking Dead might die in the end of season 11? Absolutely, more than just one main. I feel like we're gonna see at least 3 to 4 main characters. My money is on Aaron, Gabe, Jerry, and Rosita as some of the main characters who are gonna die. Mario, I didn't dislike season 2 of World Beyond, but episode 2 was way better than episode 1, especially if you are interested in the Cure stuff. If not, I can understand why it's been trash for you. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. The second episode definitely picked it up a little bit, but here's the thing. Like, I like the Cure stuff as well, but one criticism I have for the first 2 episodes of season 2, too many flashbacks that we don't need, too many hallucinations that we don't need, and too much of them trying to deceive you when we know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, we know what the CRM is up to. You don't need to try to make us think that they're actually good. You know what I mean? So all of that nonsense about them keep coming back to the idea of Elizabeth lying to everyone and everything like that. I get it. First couple times I get it, but it's just too repetitive at this point. So that's my criticism for season 2 so far. And also some pretty bad writing in the first 2 episodes. The ones that I can think of is the dude putting a piece of paper on top of the book to hide it. That was dumb. That was literally the dumbest thing. What was her name? Iris turning into Daryl Dixon was stupid. And what else? Oh yeah, the way they dragged the CRM dude's body at the beginning of season 2, episode 2. I feel like that was dumb. Like, I get why they wanted to do it, but they did it in such a stupid way that it just didn't make any sense to me. And that's just some of the examples I can come up with. Giuseppe, what's your prediction on Tales? Who's going to be in it? I'm doing a video on that, so I mean, I could just say it here, but then there would be no point in the video. I'll give you the 2 of them. I came up with like maybe 6 or 7 that I'll do a video on, but I'll give you 2. I think the most obvious ones are the governor and probably I want to say, let me think, Abraham. Yeah, probably Abraham, but depends on what they really want to do with Tales. But I'll get more into that when we do that video. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, my opinion, Comic Sebastian really feels like that cocky and self-entitled type character. The TV version doesn't. I disagree. I think they both look pretty irritating and cocky and, like you said, self-entitled. I get that vibe more in the TV version even. So I kind of disagree there. Mario, you know what's even better? Watching show not knowing what will happen, and then you have Scott Gimple who literally spoiled the rest of season 11. I know what you're talking about with the confirmation. That slipped out. Gimple's always been like the guy who's like, you know, it could be this, it could be this, it could be this, and not give you anything. So I think this time it really slipped. Like, it really slipped. But I don't think that it ruins too much, because everyone was like 90% sure about that, right? So it's not like it's too much of a big reveal. I mean, it is, but it's not like it's like a shocking thing. Like we were kind of expecting that story. Mr. S. Rick is probably a general in the CRM, and he is the one who ordered the destruction of Campus Colony of Omaha. I disagree. I do agree that he has a high position. I don't think he's a general or anything. I think he's probably a lieutenant or something along those lines. And I disagree with you that he would order a destruction of a community. I disagree with you there. Mario, I watch the shows to try and understand storylines, and when something like that comes out, it's quite a big deal. I could see that. I could definitely see why that would irritate you if you wanted to really kind of see that first time. But at least for me, there was a lot of expectation there, so it didn't ruin too much for me. Epic Zombie Killer. Do you think fear is becoming too unrealistic? Fear. Yeah, I would say so, especially in season 6, second half, and season 7. I would say so. DJ White, will Leah, Carver, and the rest of the Reapers get killed in The Walking Dead season 11B? I feel like they will. Probably very early on. Like maybe the first 2 episodes of season 11B. Epic Zombie Killer. DJ White, it's Leah. Saw her last name is Shaw, bro. Leah Shaw. Yeah, it is Leah Shaw. No, I think DJ White was just saying Leah as one character and Carver as the other character. Because Carver is another one of the Reapers. DJ White, with Campus Colony and Omaha destroyed by CRM, will CRM destroy Portland? I think so. I think that, I mean, that was one of the predictions I made before season 2 started, so I still stand behind that prediction. Epic Zombie Killer. Do you think Leah killing Pope was too predictable? Like, do you think Pope died too soon? I don't think he died too soon, but I do think that was predictable and underwhelming. Like, it just happened so quick that there was no... It felt like... It felt like it could have been a lot bigger and a lot more... like with a punch, you know, it could have had a punch to it, but it just didn't have that. Mario, it's gonna be quite interesting what they're gonna do with Commonwealth and CRM. I bet it's gonna be politics storyline from the comics. Yeah, I think so. I did a video on this. What did I call it? Oh yeah, it was the video where I talked about the confirmation with the CRM and Commonwealth. Yeah, I think that's definitely where they're going with it. If you want to know like my exact thoughts on that and how I think it's going to happen, check out that video. DJ White, in the end of The Walking Dead, World Beyond Season 2, the final season, would CRM facility New York be gone, or will it be standing? Honestly, here's the thing. I don't think we'll see it. I don't think we'll see any CRM main locations in World Beyond. If anything, they're gonna end it with possibly one or two of the main characters from World Beyond going to the place, and it might even look the same as the movie teaser that we saw with the helicopter going towards the city. Like, it might be that exact type of thing, but it'll end just like that, and then when the movie returns, we'll see those characters in the movie. But I don't think we'll see the main locations at all in World Beyond. Epic Zombie Killer. Wait. Don't get me wrong, I love Walking Dead, but this show is not perfect. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think, here's the thing. Walking Dead at its prime was probably end of season 6. Fear at its prime, I would say, was probably season 1, 2, like the first 2 seasons. I know a lot of people enjoyed season 3, but I didn't enjoy it as much, and I feel like they could have done a lot more in second half of season 2 and into season 3. But yeah, like at its prime, Walking Dead at its prime is over. So at this point, they're just trying to go out with some sort of good quality. You know what I mean? DJ White, was Elizabeth responsible for destroying both Campus Colony and Omaha? Yes, she was. But at this point, it's unclear whether it was her decision or it was from above. You know what I mean? DJ White, will Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2 kill main characters? Yes, they probably will. I can see Silas dying. I can see Iris dying. I can see Will dying. Was it Will? I think so. And let's see. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, I think, even Elton, I think the only characters that probably will transition are Dr. Bennett, maybe Huck, maybe Elizabeth, and maybe Hope. Mario, I think we as a community should be grateful that they expanded Walking Dead universe like it is today. Many shows, many characters. Yes and no. Like, I would rather have a smaller universe but better stories than a big universe and a lot of stupid stories. You know what I mean? Or a lot of irrelevant and filler stories. Epic Zombie Killer, I'm sorry, but for me, I'm not a Maggie fan anymore. Ever since Glenn died, she's just not the same. I agree. Like, Maggie wasn't my favorite anymore. I would say after season 9, after season 8. After season 8, Maggie's just not been my favorite character. Mario, yes, Elizabeth destroyed Campus Colony and Omaha from orders above. Major General Bill. Yes, that's what I thought as well. That's what I remembered. DJ White, since Victor Strand becomes a villain in Fierce season 7, will Victor Strand die in season 7? I think so. I did a video on that like yesterday, I think. I think he will die, and the person who's going to kill him, I'm 50-50 with Alicia or Morgan, but definitely one of those, I feel. Giuseppe, what if there was a What If Walking Dead show? I think I know what you're talking about. I know What If is a show. I haven't even seen it. But to answer your question, I wouldn't like it. Like, I'm not a big fan of those type of storylines because it doesn't mean anything. Like, you know what I mean? And also at the same time, there's no boundaries. You know what I mean? So it's like it could get repetitive. It could get kind of boring because you're like, yeah, whatever. We don't care about this because it's like it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't actually happen. But I could see how you would enjoy that. Like I would understand. I could understand why someone would enjoy that type of thing. It's just not for me. Mario, I feel like it's gonna be Alicia or Danny. Yeah, I have Danny in there as well. Like in my video, I put him there. But there's been not a lot of setup for that yet. There's been more setup with Alicia and Morgan being the one to do it, especially in the first season 7 episode. DJ White, since Strand becomes a villain in season 7, will Danny kill Strand? Danny tries to kill Strand a few times. Yeah, I think it's possible, like I said, but I think probably I would put Morgan first in terms of what I feel like they're going to do. Not what I want to see, but what I feel like they're going to do. Morgan first, Alicia second, and then probably Danny. What I want to see, though, is none of them. Like, honestly, for me, the best way for it to go down is for Strand to not even become a villain, to be honest. But if they're gonna go that direction, I guess it is what it is. Epic Zombie Killer. My opinion, Strand being a villain makes sense since you gotta remember he betrayed everyone at the dam in season 3. It makes sense for him to be a villain. It absolutely makes sense. They've been setting it up ever since they showed him in the first episode of season 1. I think it was episode 1. So they've been building up to him becoming a villain, and that's the problem. It's too predictable, in my opinion. That's why I don't like it, because it's too predictable. Like, if they had Dwight showing up in Fear and becoming a villain, I would have liked that more, because it's not as predictable. You know what I mean? DJ White, will Madison return in Fear? No, I don't think so. Let's stop with the Madison return stuff. She's not coming back. I could see her coming or being on Tales of Walking Dead. I could see that. Although I wouldn't like it because what are they going to show? We've seen everything from her. You know what I mean? Unless they show that she's not dead. Sort of thing. Mario, they recently said World Beyond will have small tie-in into Fear Season 7. If you haven't heard, it's a soldier tie-in. Yeah, I think I heard that, and I think what that's gonna be is Isabel is gonna show up in World Beyond. I think. I could be wrong. My camera is running out of battery, so give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Giuseppe, which Walking Dead survivor would make a fierce villain? You mean someone who's not a villain already? Shane? I think Shane probably, and Merle, and who else? I could see Madison at some point becoming a villain. DJ White, you ever heard of Tales of Walking Dead coming in summer 2022? Yes, I did. I'll do a video on that in the next few weeks. Mario, it's not Isabel, by the way. Or it could be the other way around, where a soldier from World Beyond or a CRM soldier in World Beyond shows up in Fear, something like that. Epic Zombie Killer. To be honest, it makes sense for Strand to die in season 7. In my opinion, he's overstayed his welcome. I kind of agree with that, yes. Epic Zombie Killer. Do you think it's Walking Dead season 11? Wait. Do you think The Walking Dead season 11 ruined Leah's character? Because it did for me. Yes, they did. They did definitely ruin her character. Unless they were planning to make her a villain all along. Giuseppe, what if Rick was a villain? He would... Yeah, that's one I forgot. Rick would be a fierce villain. Like, he would be worse than Negan, I think, if it came to it. DJ White, since of the announcement of Walking Dead season 11B on February 2022, will Walking Dead season 11C release before or after Tales? I think it'll be before Tales. I don't think they'll have enough time because they're gonna have to do Fear and World Beyond. I doubt they're gonna jump into Tales right away, but maybe they will. But I think it makes more sense for them to do it after. Giuseppe, what if Rick was in charge of the Saviors? Yeah, I think he would probably be worse than Negan. Like, I think Rick can easily have become a worse villain than Negan. That's what I'm trying to say. It was the people that he was with that stopped him from making that big transition into becoming a villain. His family was definitely one of the key attributes to that. Also, Michonne. Also, let me think. What was his name? Herschel definitely. Yeah, characters like that. Epic Zombie Killer. My opinion, the Reapers were the weakest part of Walking Dead 11A. I agree. I'll even extend that a little bit. I think not only were the Reapers the weakest link, but the whole Reaper storyline that they set up in the bonus episodes of season 10 were the weakest link of the story after the Whispers. DJ White, what will Maggie do to Negan in season 11B? Nothing. I don't think Maggie's gonna do anything. The story with Negan and Maggie is done, I feel. They're not good with each other, or Maggie's not good with Negan. It's just that they've learned to work together at this point. And I don't think anything's gonna change that unless something substantial happens. Mario, I still think if we see Rick in season 11, he's gonna be a bad guy. I could see that, but I don't like it. But I could see why you would think that. Giuseppe, what if Rick never had a wife or son? Then I think he could have very easily become a Shane type of character. Like the only difference between Shane and Rick early on was that Rick had a family. That was the biggest thing. Mario, if he shows up in season 11 against Commonwealth, fights them, he will stop once he sees the survivors. Yeah, I think you mean Rick, right? Yeah, I kind of see what you're talking about, but I don't think we're going to see a war in season 11. It's just too early for it. It'll probably be in the final Walking Dead movie. So that, what you're saying, is probably something we'll see in the movie. Giuseppe, what if The Walking Dead ends on a cliffhanger showing Rick? That would be terrible. I feel like the only way to end the story is not a cliffhanger, is to end it. You could have an after credit scene with Rick or something like that, but a cliffhanger with Rick doesn't really work because it's the final episode, right? Zach, Dixon aka Masked Ninja, do you think Daryl and Sebastian will have problems? Yes, absolutely. I think Sebastian will have a problem with anyone who shows up from the survivors camp. Epic Zombie Killer. Overall, how are you feeling about Commonwealth in the TV series? I like it a lot better, honestly. Especially with the things they've done with Lance, the secrecy, the possible ploy that they're setting up. I like the Commonwealth better so far in the TV version than the comic. DJ White, will Sebastian follow same comic arc by killing someone? It definitely feels like it. Gets put in jail later in The Walking Dead season 11, the final season. Yeah, I feel like that's probably where they're going with it. Giuseppe, what if World Beyond, Fear, and Walking Dead join together? I think that would be probably the smartest decision they could make at this point. DJ White, will Elizabeth Kublai die in end of season 2 of World Beyond? Yes, I feel like she will, but there's a possibility that she will survive and we'll see her in the movie. Giuseppe, I honestly think they're setting up Commonwealth and CRM to fight in a great war. I 100% agree with you on that. Alright, we've been going for, I don't know how long even. It's been a while. Yeah, like 40 minutes or so. So maybe last couple questions and we'll end it in 5 minutes. I do have to get going here, so we'll do 5 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A. And that'll be the end. Giuseppe, Lance is an interesting character. Yes, the TV version of Lance. Comic version of Lance I didn't really like, but the TV version of Lance I'm definitely liking. And the way the actor portrays the character has a lot to do with it. Zach Dixon, aka Masked Ninja, do you think Lance Hornsby is secretly working with CRM? I don't think he's working with them. I think Commonwealth just has a deal with them. That's all I can say. You can watch my video where I talked about that. I go more in detail there. DJ White, will Huck turn on CRM and rejoin survivors to fight CRM as a redemption arc? It feels like that's what they're doing. At the end of season 2 of The Walking Dead, World Beyond, what will happen to Huck? I feel like Huck is gonna survive, and they'll end it with Huck. Or let me rephrase that. I think Huck is gonna join the survivors and help them fight the CRM, but I think she's gonna do it from the inside. And I think that's what they're gonna set up for Huck to be an inside person within the CRM that can help the survivors. Mario, there's no chance we will see a war in season 11, but they could do us dirty like Omaha and Campus Colony, showing CRM just herding walkers. Yeah, I could see them doing something like that to bring CRM back, but I don't think they're going to do anything substantial as far as the CRM in season 11. Giuseppe, if you could make a Tales episode, who would you add and what would it be about? That's a great question. I would say I have a couple ideas, and that's where my video is going to come in, but the best one that I can think of right now is let me think. Probably how the governor became the governor. Like, there's the book on it, right? So I think showing a bit of that would be very interesting. Other than that, also, I feel like Abraham, like something with Abraham, we know Althea interviewed Abraham, Rosita, and Eugene. So seeing that will be interesting. Also, Beta. We didn't really get a backstory on Beta. We did a little bit, but we didn't really see much. So maybe seeing Beta as a country singer early on when the fall happens would also be very interesting. Simon, I would be interested to see maybe when Simon joined the Saviors or something like that. And this is just a couple ideas. Other than that, maybe what happened to Heath, how he was captured by CRM. That might be another interesting avenue they could go. Epic Zombie Killer, Season 1 feels like Dog's gonna die. Norman Reedus will not let them kill Dog. I don't think they're gonna kill Dog. Mario, Zach, that was exactly my idea. Lance was the director of operations, could work behind Pamela's back just because she trusts him enough. I could see something like that, for sure. If that's what you meant by Lance working with CRM, I could see something like that, for sure. DJ White, what episode will Jadis appear? Probably episode 4, because it doesn't look like she was in episode 3 based on the trailer I saw. I know the episode is out, so people who have seen it will know, but I think episode 4, probably. Giuseppe, what about a Terminus Tales episode? That might be interesting, but they already showed that. Remember the flashback that we saw? That pretty much gave that to us. We don't need it again, you know what I mean? They've already kind of walked that road, so they don't need to walk that road again. Let me see. I think that's it for this stream. We have 3 more questions, so I'll answer these 3 questions, and then that'll be the end of the stream. Zach Dixon, aka Masked Ninja, I want to see a Tales of Walking Dead episode on how Savior started. That would be cool, but they're probably saving that for a Negan spinoff. That's the reason why I didn't say it, because I feel like that's where they're going with that. We could have got that in Here's Negan. Exactly, like they did the Here's Negan, and then they are building up for a spin-off for Negan. So I feel like that's probably what they're gonna do instead of having a Tales episode for Negan. If they didn't do the Here's Negan episode, I feel like that would have been a perfect, or the perfect place for it, a Tales episode. Giuseppe, how he took over the Saviors, a Negan Tales episode. Or Simon episode. I think Simon would be better. Mainly because with the Negan, they're going to do a spin-off. So anything they do will just take away from the spin-off that they might want to do. Mario, that would make sense why Lance wanted to represent him in future as a lawyer. I kind of understand what you mean there. Like, I kind of see what you mean there. DJ White, will Eugene react? And how about real Stephanie and fake Stephanie? How will he react? He'll be furious with both Stephanies. The fake one for doing what she did and for the real one for not speaking out. Giuseppe, could they bring back Steve Ogg for Negan spinoff? They could, but that doesn't take away from it. Like, they could still show us a backstory on Simon. Something that doesn't really fit within the Negan spinoff, but they could do it in Tales. You know what I mean? But they could definitely have Stephen Ogg as Simon in the spinoff. Okay, I'm going to run through these very quickly and end the stream. Carver find out the truth with Daryl killing Pope. Yes, I think Carver will find out at some point. Giuseppe, it would be awesome to see evil Negan again. I don't want to see that. I think that's just backtracking. I don't want to see that. Giuseppe, technically here's Negan. Oh, if you mean like in the spinoff as a flashback, yeah, I would definitely love that. But to see him as a villain again, I feel like that's backtracking. Giuseppe, technically here's Negan was like a Tales episode. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Epic Zombie Killer, bye Ash, I'll see you next stream. Thanks for the awesome stream. Thank you for joining. Appreciate the support. I was like maybe 15 minutes late, but no one was on the stream when I joined, so I feel like it was okay. But anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you for the support. I will see y'all in 2 weeks, because the next stream is going to be not next Friday, but the Friday after. Giuseppe Simon was scarier than Negan. Yes, I agree. I agree with you on that. Partially. Early on, before we really saw Simon up close and personal, Negan was more scary. But when we figured out what Simon was up to, I agree with you there. Like, he was definitely more scary than Negan as a character. Alright, thanks everyone. I'll catch you in the next